Any further fouls on Vermont's going to be a 1-and-1 for UNH. Baker gets an open look for three, and he knocks it down. Clarence Daniels showing some post moves in the early going, and a turnaround jumper for two. Erasme on the move, kick out, Woodyard three, in and out. Daniels gets the tipped rebound and slams it home. Erasme kept that alive.
McKean might have been better off just going to the rim himself, partner. He had the angle.
That's what Robinson does, and it pays off for two. 2.4 to go. Anderson looking for the inbound. No timeouts. Over the top. Leaping grab. Gray. Blocked by Daniels. Wildcats win. Pick and pop. Jackson Baker. Got it. Owusu Anane stripped by Sunderland. They got two bodies on him at all times. Now Moore's off to the races, and he lays it in. Maloney. Top of the key three. Alamutu from downtown.
Good off-the-ball movement.
Look at the pass from Woodyard. We're tied.
Advantage for the Wildcats either.
Torrance turns the corner, gives it to Shinnery, big finish, but he gets rid of it to White. Backing down on Woodyard, takes him right to the rim, left it short. Second effort is good, plus the foul. 6 to shoot. Shinnery, Petcash, hits the three. It's an 11-0 run. Late game execution as Daniels gets an open look, and he gets a roll.
In Hartford.
Just blocked by Johnson and a good save. Here comes Daniels on the move. Johnson coast to coast and one. Gets the block on one end and then a three-point play on the other end. UNH, a dream start against Vermont. Glad you're with us, everybody. Happy Sunday alongside the coach, John Scheinman. I'm Tyler Murray, and we know how much Vermont has dominated this matchup over the years. 15 consecutive wins for the Catamounts head-to-head, but a lot of unknowns this year. Each team returns just one starter from a season ago. It's the America East regular season finale as the UNH Wildcats host the Vermont Catamounts, who just secured their 8th consecutive regular season conference title. Hey everybody, welcome inside Lundholm Gymnasium. He's the coach, John Scheinman. I'm Tyler Murray, and Coach, hard to believe this is the regular season finale. Playoff start on Saturday. These two teams can't move in the seeding. Vermont is 1, New Hampshire is 4, but for the Wildcats, they've dropped 3 in a row, so they need to get right before the playoffs start. For the second time in the last 3 seasons, the UNH Wildcats host the Binghamton Bearcats in the America East quarterfinals. Hey everybody, so glad you're with us. Welcome inside Lundholm Gymnasium with the coach, John Scheinman. I'm Tyler Murray. This was a tough matchup to see coming back in January. Binghamton came in here, lost in overtime to UNH. They dropped to 0-5 in conference play, but they got red hot, and now both teams enter the playoffs with 7-9 conference records.
We asked Coach Sanders that yesterday. He credits the next day in practice after they left Lundholm Gym. They had a spirited, energized practice in Maine, beat Maine in a close game, and from there, it's lights out for the Bearcats. And any conference partner, the 4-5-1 in March Madness is the one game that everybody loves. We're going to have a really good 4-5 matchup today in Durham, New Hampshire.
Yeah, they played a week ago at Binghamton, a wire-to-wire win for the Bearcats. They're happy to have Taimu Shinnery back.
Taimu Shinnery did not play here in Durham, but last Saturday he had 10 points, 8 rebounds, and a block party. He had 5 blocks, rejecting the Wildcats anytime they got near the rim. He's so efficient. He's continued to have a big game for Lavelle Sanders' club.
And of course, Clarence Daniels, he wants the championship hardware, but he's got some personal awards to celebrate.
For the first time in decades, and only the second time in program history, the Wildcats have the America East Player of the Year. We've been saying it all year that he was the presumptive favorite, and when it came time to voting, he won. You could see Daniels making a three-point play from distance versus UVM, going to the rack. Daniels can do it all. 3-level scorer, outside, inside, and don't foul him because he's going to make his free throws at 80%. Wow, I'm excited for this game.
Tyreek Balogun and the Player of the Year, Clarence Daniels, about to tip things off. It's a really balanced Bearcats team to the point where it might have cost them an all-conference selection in teams 1, 2, or 3. They very much got some of the top-end talent in America East, but no one received that honor in particular, aside from Armand Harid making the all-defensive team.
And, of course, they have a couple of academic all-conference players in Harid and Petcash.
Quick trigger from Baker, and that's how the Wildcats want to start.
That's got to feel good. Baker's been 0 of 10 in his last 2 games from distance. Wildcats must develop a double-figure scorer not named Robinson and Daniels to be victorious.
And even with those recent struggles, Baker shooting 37% from downtown in conference play, second best in America East behind Tyler Bertram of Albany. Here's Armand Harid playing point guard for the first time in his career, and it's tipped out of his hands by Robinson. Pat Cash keeps it alive, and now Nehemiah Benson. He's got one to shoot, takes a step back and knocks it down.
Benson very efficient, had 13 and 6 last Saturday versus the Wildcats. He was the leading scorer at UMB on Tuesday. He's playing well.
61% field goal percentage. That's top 3 in America East. That's one of the more low percentage shots he's been able to knock down. As Daniels misfires, Baker tried to crash in for the board, but Pat Cash has it.
You mentioned about Harid playing point guard. Shinnery was out, did not play here in Durham, forced Harid to play point. He's a do-it-all player, is Harid.
They've had to fill in for Symir Torrance as well, who's missed the last 3 games and 4 of the last 6 with a wrist injury, as Balogun scores inside to give Binghamton their first lead.
Nice catch and finish by Balogun.
Here's Ahmad Robinson on the near side, just named to the 3rd-team all-conference squad. Swinging around for Jackson Baker. Now it's Robinson again, averaging 27 points his last 2 games, as Baker misfires here.
Robinson's nothing short of spectacular in his past 2 performances.
You can get consistent play from that dynamic point guard, the Western Texas College transfer. UNH will be a very tough out in this tournament. Shinnery lost the handle, got it back though. Benson straight on. Swinging around for Pat Cash, who's playing against UNH for the 11th time in his career. Shinnery connects from downtown. It's a 7-0 Binghamton run.
I'm sure the scouting report was to let him shoot. He's only 30% from distance, but his feet were set and he looked very confident.
Yeah, for the year, they're shooting just 30% from outside, but Lavelle Sanders has really liked their shot-making ability during this 3-game winning streak. Go back to Baker, and he draws the game's first foul. That's on Nehemiah Benson.
You brought up a good point, partner. When they came in here in January, I asked Coach Sanders, are you concerned with your team's shooting percentage? He said, no, we shoot much better than the percentage, and the rest of the season proved Sanders to be a prophet.
Woodyard on the inbound. He'll find Robinson. Gets a screen from Baker, and he buries a 3. How about the shot making early on, Coach?
Love it. Want to play your best ball in March. Binghamton prides themselves on their ability to guard. They're long and defend very well.
The Wildcats, they enter the day shooting just 30% from downtown overall, conference and non-conference. Nathan Davis says we need to do everything else right to not have to rely on the 3-point makes, but so far they've hit 2 of 3. From the corner, that one too strong from Benson and batted out of bounds. It'll stay with Binghamton and 20 back on the shot clock. And the 3-point shots have gone down early, Coach.
You'll see Shinnery with his feet set, nothing but nylon. Then nice screen by Jackson Baker. Ahmad Robinson knocking down the 3. Binghamton pride themselves on rebounds. They kept that ball alive. So far, they have an early advantage in that category.
Good on-ball defense for UNH, but now a mismatch. Harid rising over Robinson. He scores.
Look for teams, especially big for the post Robinson up.
On the other end, the quickness of Robinson. Kick out. Woodyard open 3. Buries it.
It's got to feel good for Woodyard. Hasn't made a 3 in the past 2 games. 2 of 8 versus Vermont. 3 of 9 versus Binghamton. Excuse me, 1-3 versus Vermont.
Still for the year shooting in the high 30%, but they really want to get him going again.
He was over 40% before the recent slump.
Wildcats 3 of 4 from downtown. Shinnery gets an open look. And hit, long rebound. Robinson over the top for Baker. Blocked at the rim.
Shinnery continues where it was last Saturday.
Wow.
He had 5 last Saturday, as we mentioned in the opening.
That was a career high outing with 5 blocks, but now a travel and a turnover. That's the first giveaway of the day. Great basketball.
Coach Sanders, when we chatted with him all week, we can't turn the ball over. They just had an unforced one there. He can't be happy as they go to break. We've got a great one. Look at Shinnery continues his block party in Durham. Stay with us. Don't touch those dials.